Hello everyone and welcome to the round 22 vice captain video. It is now 6:20 on the Thursday and wait a minute. You don't usually do these type of videos, Locke. Oh well, I got out of work early, so yeah, I was able to record this before the first game. Alright, but no time for shenanigans. The game's about to start in about an hour. Alright, so first off, we're going to go through the teams and then we're going to go through my vice captain options. No trades because I don't have any left. Alright, so first game. CJ, Bruce back in. Will Day is injured. Harry Morrison out, injured. In for Collingwood, Billy Frampton, Tom Mitchell, Jeremy Howe. Yeah, no one really of relevance here. Sam Butler, he's named as an emergency, so yeah, we don't have him as cover in our forward line. And come on, what's going on here? Why is this not loading? Come on. There we go. All right. Geelong, Essendon. Nevitt's back in. Hey, I remember you. Wow, that seems like a lifetime ago that I owned you. And Patrick Dangerfield has been managed, so he can eat all the kebabs that he wants on Friday night. All right, but yeah, not surprising he's being managed against Essendon, which should be a complete bloodbath. All right, Menzies in. Oscar Smart omitted if you picked him as a 99k forward. He is out. All right, Saturday. Wait, is that the only Friday game? Yeah, it is. Ooh, that should be a great Friday night game spectacle. All right. Richmond, St Kilda, Taranto's back, Lynch, Broad, no one's really here. Oh, if you had Thomas Sims maybe. Yeah, a few rookies there, but I don't think anyone has those, or not very popular anyway. We've got St Kilda, Philippu's back, Darcy Wilson, Liam Henry, Owens, Burns, Hasty omitted. All right, actually, I want to have a look at some benches here. Who do we think can be the sub? Let's have a look. Jai Menzies sub surely for Essendon. Hopefully not Angus Clark for Angus Clark owners. Mullen, O'Connor, they can both tag. I reckon it's Nevitt. Martin was the sub last, so he kicked 4 goals in like 5 minutes. I reckon it'll be Mitch Nevitt that'll be the sub there. Alright. Let's show the lineups here. On the interchange. Max Hall, I reckon Darcy Williams or Zach Jones got to be the sub for Saints. And I would say either Sunsy or Steely Green, I reckon. Hugh Boxall's named in the middle. Wow, that's a good sign. At least we've got cover in the centre, in the midfield. All right, Brisbane, Sydney. Will McLaughlin's back. Tom Dodie's back. No! We don't want him to come back in. We want him to be cheaper for next year. Anyway, he's out for Leicester, who's injured. And Lachie Neale's the big one who's injured as well. So some people still own him. So, yeah, hopefully you have some trades left. Laddam's omitted. McLean is back in. Isn't Grundy on fire? Bloody hell, I wish I owned him. Let's have a look at some subs. Reckon it's either Reville, McLaughlin, could be any of them for Sydney. And for Brisbane. Sydney, I reckon it'll be Caden Cleary again, or Braden Camp, no, Sheldrick, one of those. Alright, let's go down to the next game. Gold Coast versus the Suns. Billy Wilson, is this another debutant? No! Hudson O'Keefe. Pitnet's omitted. That's good news for TDK owners. And Harry O'Farrell. Ooh, Hock is in for Hoff. Alright, and Rosa's back in for Flanders, who's injured. Don't think anyone has Flanders in this year, although I do have him in my draft keeper league. But I'm out, so that doesn't matter. Alright, and I reckon it's either... Oh, jeez. Any one of these bar Motlop could be the sub for Carlton. And for the Suns, I reckon it's either Rosas or Holman there. Alright, and then we've got the 8-10 game, another game on Saturday. Port Adelaide Fremantle. Port Adelaide Moraes back in, Rioli, Lacocious, Rosie's back in. That's good news for me and for other Rosie owners. Williams omitted, Jackson omitted, Whitlock. He played last week, did he, Whitlock? Jeez, one game just to ruin his price for next year. And Burgoyne's injured. We've got Pierce, Fife in. McDonald's omitted. Hayden Young's injured again. So, yeah, no Cooper Simpson, who's also on my forward bench. Is he named an emergency? He's not an emergency. Okay. Not good. Anyway, Fife is surely the sub for Fremantle. And I reckon it'll be either Moraes or Lorenz. Could be Mead as well. Alright, on to the next game. Sunday game, so this is just squads. Alright, so Grzuski, Leak is back in. Lockie Keefe, Ware, Tobe, Tobias, Green's back in. Jesse Hogan's out managed. Yeah, he didn't look great last week, did he? McMullen's out injured. Cherry's back, so if you held him, he is back from his suspension. Geordie Payne, Cooper Trembuth. Please, no more debuts. Next year. We want them in our sides cheap next year at the start. Curtis Digger suspended again. Lucky's injured. Ooh, Zach Bench has been benched. Alright. Next game. Melbourne Bulldogs. Well, Melbourne has sacked their coach this week. Actually, I don't even know who's taking over from Goodwin. I totally missed that, being so flat out. Just squad. So Campbell, Adams, Jefferson, Davidson, Buku, and Dolan are in. So, yeah, we'll wait for Friday, 5 o'clock for these teams to be fully announced. And, yeah, the ins, Flynn's back. Or maybe he's back. He's back in the squad. Sandy Brock's back. Harry Edwards, Dua omitted. Rory Laird's back. Pedler, if you've got him as cover on your forward, he's in the squad. Taylor Walker's been managed. Yep, I can see why. You're playing against West Coast. Braden Cook, Brodie Smith omitted. Alright, so that is the teams. Alright, so if we look at my team now, let's have a look. Alright, so we have 23 premiums available. So we can move Beau Allen back into the midfield. Actually, wait a minute. Let's go back to the Carlton game. Where's the Carlton game? Oh, Adam Cherra's not in. Oh, great. Oh, no. Okay, scratch that. I'm going to have to... Wait, actually, what will I do? Do I put McCarthy back here? Well, Zach Johnson's not back. What do I do here? Maybe I put the emergency on Taru. And then leave Allen there, maybe. Put the emergency on Boxall because they play in the third game and against Richmond as well and named in the centre. So put the emergency on him. I can't loop Taru with Gray. What I'll do, I'll see who scores better out of Taru and Boxall. Say if Boxall scores well, I can leave Beau Allen there. Or if Taru scores better, I'll swap Beau Allen with Tom McCarthy. There we go. That's what we'll do. Okay. But I would back Boxall. I'm going to back the box to go better than Taru. Although he could go forward and kick a few goals against Richmond. Maybe. Anyway. Alright, so that's what we're going to do there. Okay, so 22 primos plus Boxall or Taru. Alright, vice captain. It's going to be vice captain Holmes against Essendon. He scored a 150 plus last time, and hey, we're even more injury ravaged. Alright, feel like some free money? Well, put your life on Geelong, paying $1. Put $1 million on it, and you'll get, what is it? 10k back. Anyway, no, don't do that. Gamble responsibly. So Max Holmes, vice captain. Captain, against Melbourne, Bond, that seems to me like common sense. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it on Sinclair. I'm going to do something a bit different. All right, so I'm going to leave the captain on Sinclair. Backline's his now that Naz has gone into the midfield and doing very well, by the way, which leaves the backline, the main distributor, to Sinclair. He's taking kickouts and designated kickers score well against Richmond. All right, so that will do. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck, everyone, for your Supercoach semi-finals, and I'll see you in the round 22 review.